In this video, Audrey will show you how to make earrings from recycled cardboard and recycled paper. Let's start by letting you know what you need. So, you're going to need some corrugated cardboard, like the kind of boxes that are used in supermarkets, some scissors, a pencil, and some kind of stencil of a circle that you can draw around. We'll tell you a bit more about that later. Then you're going to need some paper clips and some metal glue. Then you're going to need some kind of recycled paper, so it might be napkins, wrapping paper, anything else that you fancy your earrings looking like in the finished product. Also some paper glue and a slightly larger circle that you can draw around. Again, we'll tell you more about that a bit later. Then you're going to need some clear nail polish. Just a cheap brand is absolutely fine. And finally, you're going to need some ear wires and jump rings, preferably silver plated if you can, and some small, what I would call jewellery pliers. The first thing you've got to do is to draw and cut out a circle in your corrugated cardboard. Now, by corrugated, we just mean that it's got the gaps between the front layer and the back layer, and that will make sense why we need those in a few moments. So Audrey's got one of these simple stencils, but if you haven't got one, then find out something circular in your home that you can draw around. She's doing a diameter going across from one side to the other of 3.8 centimeters. That just happens to be. You can obviously go for whatever size you'd like your earrings to end up being. So you draw the stencil and then you take your scissors. Because it's card and it's corrugated card, you're going to need to have a reasonable pair of scissors to be able to go round, and you cut yourself carefully going round the card until it's complete. Now that you've got your two circles from the corrugated card, you're going to use safety pins, and you're going to cut the safety pin to this shape that Audrey's pointing to here, like a U shape or a horseshoe. And you do that by taking the paper clip, undoing it. Just be careful because the ends can be a little bit sharp. Take your small pair of pliers and cut the wire so that it's level with the other side, giving you a nice even U shape like the one that Audrey first showed you that's on the cutting board right now. Having done that, the next thing you're going to do is you're going to glue this inside the corrugated card. This is going to form a little link to which you're going to attach your jump ring for the earring. So she's taking metal glue, because obviously you're not only gluing card here, you are gluing metal. It does tend to be quite messy, so just be a little bit careful. So you pop the glue just into one side of the corrugated cardboard into the holes. Having done that, you then take your U-shaped paper clip that you've got left and you pop it in between two of the holes, leaving just enough that you can, in a few moments, connect a jump ring to. So just run that by you again. You need glue that will stick metal. You put it into one end, into the holes, and you pop in your paper clip, leaving just a little bit showing that you're going to attach your jump ring to in just a moment. The next step is to cut out circles from the recycled paper. Now you can use napkins with a nice pattern. You could use some kind of wrapping paper or fancy paper, or just something a little bit random like musical paper that we've got here. So Audrey's going to use a nice napkin, and she's chosen one, and she's going to draw a circle around a bit of the pattern that she likes, which in this case is some bluebells. This is exactly the same size circle as the cardboard circle that you originally did, exactly the same size. Now, here's the bit you've got to watch out for. You now need to draw a second circle, this time a bit bigger than the original. So as you can see, she's got the cardboard circle, and just to show you, she's popped it on top of the other circle that she's going to draw around, so that you can see that now this second circle is a little bit bigger. You can do this however you want. If you can't find something bigger, then you can just do it a little bit freehand around the original size one that you had. It doesn't have to be a perfect circle, this second one. Now that you've got all your circles cut out, the next step is to do some gluing. Audrey's just going to do it on one earring, but obviously you'll do it on both. So the first thing, take the cardboard circle and cover it with some glue from a glue stick. Apply it quite generously to make sure that it sticks it properly. Then you're going to take the larger of your paper circles and place it very carefully centrally over the card. Turn it around the other way and make sure that it's centrally, and just do a bit of adjusting as Audrey's doing here if you need to. Obviously, you want the nice pattern on the outside, not the bit that you've glued. The next thing you're going to do is to take some scissors and you're going to work your way around the outside, cutting from the outside of the paper into where it joins the cardboard circle. So just slowly work your way around. It's a little bit fiddly. You want to leave a reasonable space, not too much that it's hard to fold in the next step, but not so small that it just becomes very messy. Obviously be careful using scissors with your thumb. So you're working your way around until you've got back to where you started. Next step, take your glue stick again and generously put it over the cardboard circle. Also, as you'll see Audrey's doing, put it over the paper circle that's showing. Better is to start from the middle and work out, otherwise it will scrunch up the paper and make it very difficult to work with. Having done that, what you've then got to do is slowly, bit by bit, fold over each bit where you've cut into the center, pressing it down. It's very difficult to get an exact circle. There will be some straight edges, but try and get it as smooth as you possibly can do. Just work your way around. You're obviously going to get some glue on your fingers as well. It's a little bit messy. Just slowly work your way around. The bit where you've got the paper clip sticking out is a bit more fiddly. Take a pencil or something sharp and just manipulate it, poking it through the hole. You could try with the end of scissors, a pencil, a knitting needle, whatever you find works best for you. Push the paper through and fold that last bit down. So we've now got the paper stuck to the one side, but the other side is still a little bit messy. So what we're going to do is, again, apply generously some glue. Be careful here again. You want to be going from the outside in so that it doesn't push out the paper that you've already stuck on. So just gently go around, gluing from the outside into the center. Once it's completely covered, take the small circle and place it carefully exactly over. And then, as you can see Audrey's doing, work your way around, pressing all the edges to make sure that it's properly stuck down. Once your glue has dried, which shouldn't take too long, you take your clear nail varnish. Again, just a reminder, you just use the cheapest one that you can find and you carefully go over one side. What you're doing is two things here. You are giving it a shine, but the more practical purpose is that you are helping to seal it and therefore waterproof it. Just to say again, there's no guarantee this is completely waterproof, but certainly using nail varnish is the best possibility of being able to make it as waterproof as possible. So Audrey's doing just the one side at the moment, and obviously what she'll then do is let the one side dry and then turn it over and do the other side, and then let that side dry, and finally she'll need to go over the edge of the circle to make sure that's also covered. And now to the final part where Audrey will put everything together. So we've got the circle with the pattern on and the U-shaped paper clip in the top. We've also got a jump ring. You can use more than one if you want. 2, Audrey suggests, is the most that you should use. And you've got an ear wire. So here's what you do. It's fairly self-explanatory. You pick up your jump ring which if you're used to using them is a circle that you can then with your pliers just manipulate to open and form a gap where you add the cardboard circle that you've made, you add the ear wire, and then you, with the pliers, clip it all back together so that there's no gap at all. That's one, but obviously mostly earrings come in pairs. Not always, that's up to you. So let's just do it again. We take the jump ring, which is a connected circle. You then manipulate it so that there's a gap. You clip on the earring part that you've designed. You clip on the ear wire, and with your pliers, you close again the gap. As I say, you can use more than one jump ring if you'd like to, but Audrey suggests that 2 would probably be the most that you should try. We hope you enjoyed watching Audrey make her earrings from recycled cardboard and recycled paper. And so now, until next time, this is Audrey herself saying goodbye.
Goodbye.